It's a $5 bounty tournament. I'm currently 21st out of 93 remaining, 241 entries. 7 minutes and 24 seconds left to late registration. 12,736 average stack, and $83.37 going to first. You have to watch the video prior to this to see the beginning of the tournament. I suggest you watch that first. There's my flush draw. I'm saying how I'm the unofficial king, and I keep seeing kings. MeyerDiggins is the king of the world. So you might have got set up looking right here. So look right there to unregister if you got private thoughts, and if you're a predator. If you got private thoughts to kill your predators, look right there. I lost, I think. No, I didn't miss. He has patience because last time he had a big beat, he lost and he got ace king and he didn't jam. So a lot of people, they would have jammed out of frustration when they had ace king. Sometimes I do it because it looks like a frustration play. So yeah, it's a pretty solid. They don't. Sometimes they get a good hand the second hand, but if you have if you see somebody getting a big pot, especially at the cash tables, and during when there's still late registration open, but if they get into a big pot and they lose lots and they're almost crippled and they go all in the very next hand, very rarely do they have a good hand when they go all in. So if you have some like ace 10, ace jack, ace queen, ace king, kings, aces, you have a strong hand, don't even hesitate calling them unless you're first to react and there's many people to react after you. That should be the only thing that should stop you from calling them, basically. Not 100% of the time, but 80% of the time. Because it's bound to, if I last long enough in this tournament, we're bound to see it happen. I was hoping to sneak in there with the 4 of hearts. That would have been spectacular. Nobody would have seen it coming. I would have doubled up through ace king. So this guy's like, no, he didn't raise. Yeah, I was hoping to hit the gut shot that time. Because if you could sneak in there, because he liked the ace, it seemed like. And the king was there, so that's a playable hand, ace king. So if I would have made the straight, he probably would have called it all with 2 pair. Nine six. He's gonna hit the 9-6. Called it all. I guess late registration's still open, so he must have money. Maybe late registration just finished. That was like a Christmas bonus almost. When your boss unexpectedly gives you a gift. 9-6. He did. Usually people hit their gut shots against me, so I guess that was a solid play. Good luck me. So at least I won the big pot. And got 1 bounty. So I didn't, how much did I even really come out ahead there? I think I might have made 2K. Have to see. So 33. 31, yeah. So I made 2K. So that was worthwhile. Knocked out an opponent and got a bounty and made 2K. Sometimes you make barely making any chips, like 200 chips, and you risked so much that it wasn't worth it. Chef Bags has been playing pretty solid. What do they got? Nice bet. I was hoping to improve. That's why I snap called, because I had no draw. I was hoping to improve on the turn with a spade or a straight draw, because I did anticipate him like jamming, possibly. So if I hit the ace, I would have snap called the jam. So I'm gonna fold. Show the bluff. Show the 7 deuce. So there's a couple small stacks, and then there's a bunch of big stacks. What's the average stack? 15,000. This has to be the hardest table. There's 5 of us with over 25,000. Over 20,000 chips, 5 of us. Mr. King Jack with the 7, the nice raise pre-flop. So now I'll give him 0 respect. Unless he changes my mind, right? In the future play. But now I know I don't need much to call him. Nice, got a bounty. And I want to play in a... Since he seems to be the most aggressive at the table, playing Jack King that way. Somebody has a straight. I think this guy's a straight or ace king. Or we'll soon have a straight. So I just moved my bed, so it's gonna skew the metrics in the house, but they're happy that they got the metric by the door, so now I know there's a metric by the door that they used to rate my life. That was nice. He snap called, so I was a little nervous. So did that jump me to first? Fourth. Out of 68 remaining, 9 KOs. So what did I have at 2-6? But it was big blind, so I could have played that hand. Naughty Lambs has like 87k in position over me. That was nice. Back-to-back flushes. I thought he was making a play on the flop. I had him on ace king, something like that, like ace jack. But I had the flush draw. So not. I was gonna try to win a pot there, earn one, but Stormy wasn't having any of that. Oh, I moved tables. Hopefully I meet up with the big stack later on in the tournament. I think it's about time for me to manhandle the pot. That was my thoughts last hand. Gonna see if I could grind my way up to 100K. Just slowly. Well, everybody's kind of playing tight. Oh, it smells good in here, eh? So would have got lucky there. That was an unlucky river card.
Honey bean souls piece, man.
So I'm still 6, so I'm twice above average, but I'm not as comfortable as I was when I was at 80-40K, right? If I lose a big pot, this guy, I only have 7K. This guy, I'm done. show the cards? No, didn't want me to show the cards. So it's a decent table. People have decent stacks. So around the bubble, it shouldn't freeze up. Sometimes if there's too many short stacks at the table, game kind of freezes. One strategy to employ if you are short stack is maximizing how much time it takes every decision. So if you're calling, you take the maximum time it takes to call. And then when it's your turn, you take the maximum time to check, call, bet, raise, whatever, right? Every time. For each street. So you could buy yourself, because you might not win that pot. If you win that pot, you gain some breath of air. You get a little bit of air. But if you don't win that pot, that means you may have bought yourself enough time to get in the money. And the opposite, when you have lots of chips around the money bubble, there's a lot of pots so you could just pick up, because people they're not willing to risk it. You gotta figure out everybody's risk threshold and then try to surpass it. Some people you can't, right? If they're rich, then like that guy earlier on in the tournament there with I forget what he had. He had like the 6-9 or something like that. You needed the gut shot. He called in his whole tournament on a gut shot. You do that if you feel lucky. If he felt that was the winning hand that time, all the more power to him. It is gambling, right? So you do have to go it is fun, right? So some of the fun is winning hands that you shouldn't have won with. So I don't like my odds because he's short stacked, but here we go. Until the river. The river didn't spoil it. So since I thought I should cruise into the money, since I had enough chips, I thought that at 84K. And I could possibly cruise into the final table by just not playing big pots. By just avoiding big pots and just grinding away, basically. But, so since I thought that, there's a certain amount of gamblers that want me to not finish in the money now. So the rig is likely to control, so I won't finish in the money now. Or at least cruise to final table.
When people come in the residence, they see like the fucking suitcase, they're like, why do you have just a suitcase sitting out? I'll be like,
Nice. Sometimes nothing works better than a stiff bet. It's like a stiff drink, a Ryan Coke or something like that. Some whiskey on ice, a stiff drink. Stiff bet works sometimes. But you got to be willing to risk it, right? It took 9K. I had to risk 9K to pull off that bet. So I'll try to stay in the top 10. So I'm number 2, 40 first. So I might be able to make it in the money. I should be able to cruise into the money, but this guy could knock me out in one hand, right? I don't know where it was, so I'm like, I'll just bet. So he could have... He had the 8. I was thinking he had the 8 or a flush draw on the turn. Well, that's all right. I know his threshold, what he's willing to call now, so I might be able to exploit it. This guy's been pretty quiet right here. Is he gonna raise? And the big stack's been really quiet. He hasn't played a hand yet since I've been at the table with him. Well, he has, but he hasn't let out. Okay, so he has the jack, I believe. I was hoping to hit the ace on the river or another 3. Ideally the 3. Then I probably would have busted him if the 3 came, because I think he had the jack, so he probably would have called an all-in. Nice. Veal's been really quiet. Nice. And the 9 came. Nice. Good. Nice hand, Veal. I'm glad the 9 came. Is Rita Busa pissed off though now? I wanted to go for the bounty, but he's been playing pretty tight, so we probably had a high pocket pair. I don't even think I would have had a flip. It might have been a small pocket pair, you never know. Could have had me dominated, so I didn't. So when you see this on PokerStars, it means the money bubble, when you see those bubbles. So now is when play usually tightens up and you can pick up some pots. Like this guy is playing really tight for a big stack. Hopefully I have him frozen. But he must be a pretty good player, right? Because he's accumulated over 100K in chips. And the tournament's been going on for about 2 hours and 20 minutes now, so it's hard to get lucky online for that long. It is possible, don't get me wrong, but without it being rigged, it's hard to get lucky that long. I had a feeling he was going to call. I was hoping to hit, though. Because my ace 10, or my 10-8 wasn't going to be strong. See, this guy should have taken more time when it was his turn to fold. He should have been maximum, especially next hand, because it's going to be big blind for him soon, and then he's going to be really pressured. Just snapped that right off. It was like the ball was coming over the volleyball net and I just smashed it down his throat. Nice bet. Does he have the backdoor flush? Call. I was hoping I could steal that blind because big blind was sitting out. So I thought I could make this small blind fold. And I was hoping the rest of the table did, and they did. So it worked out perfectly. It's nice when a plan works out perfectly. Like www.change.org/technology. I'll privatize thoughts, make me king of the world. Be nice if a plan works out perfectly. So how many bounties do I have? 11 KOs, okay. And I'm third out of 42 remaining. And 31,547 average stack and 90.94 going to first. If I won this tournament, I'd probably play in the Midnight Lightning. It's a $50 tournament. And I think there's bounties, but it's at midnight, and it's $50. It's the prize pool is decent. That's why I like it. And but it's a little, since it's a midnight tournament, the blind structure is a little too fast for such a big, like for $50. Like there's not as much skill in it. Like if you get crippled, it's hard to recover from that based on the blind structure. I found anyways. Like a tournament like this one at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you could lose ace king versus ace queen the first hand, and you might still have 1,000 chips left over and the blinds are 30, so you could still recover, right? But in the higher blind, like in the Midnight Lightning, it's a faster blind structure anyways. I've only played it maybe 3-4 times. And I've always gotten unlucky. Every time. I think I did one well recently, but other than that, I've always gotten unlucky. So my goal was to get 100,000 chips, and I'm inching closer. I want to be the chip leader at the table, basically, so I can't get knocked out in one hand. In the money. Short stack committing himself. Oh, it's a hit in the king or slim. If he wins another pot, he's basically right back in it. I knew he didn't hit the 10 or the 5 on the flop, and he was apprehensive with the ace. So I thought it was good with the 6. That was my logic that time anyways. So what did he have? I think he must have had king jack or something like that. 3s. Hear how dry that cough is? I haven't heard the antidote click in my ear yet. So I initiated it myself. I wanted to call, but it's only $1.25, and there's 3 people that act after me. And they got lots of chips. It might not have been just the 14K, because I was hoping to be in a flip for the 14K. No, I wouldn't have been on a flip, and I would have lost. Good. So I'm going to pressure the short stack here. Nice. So I got over 100K. That was cool. So I guess 200K is the next goal, and get my own bounty is the ultimate goal. Make final table and then get my own bounty. So I'm the chip leader at the table, which is nice. Can I go for 3 in a row? So the momentum cooled off, so I'll give it a couple hands for them to forget. Oh, that would have been nice, maybe. This looks like it could have been a winnable pot. $6K, would I have called the 6K? I possibly would have. I wouldn't have liked it, but I guess I had a couple flushes, so no, I wouldn't have. If I didn't have a flush yet, then I probably would have went for it. I'm gambling this time. Oh, I hit the 10. I knew it was a gamble. I knew it was likely to lose. But I didn't want to fold the 5K in chips. Too bad he didn't have 9s. It's alright. I've been pretty much having control of the table. I'm doing pretty good. I'm not dominating the table, but I'm winning enough pots, and I'm not. Sometimes I could play every hand and still dominate, right? So I go through periods where, I did almost win 3 in a row, but he made that play, so that's why I called him the second time. Because he made the same play against me. What's Veal up to? He's out. Okay, that's good. Check. Okay, I thought he was gonna check. Excuse me. Oh, he hit the king. I thought he had a piece of the flop, but he hit the king. He hit the freaking king. The play should have worked if he didn't have the king. If he had the 8 or the 5, that play would have worked. Or the flush draw. But he hit the king. So I just casually lost 40K, so I got to play better. So the short stack's still in it. Nice. Good for them. They might double up here through me. I didn't think he hit the flop. That was brutal. Am I at least over average? So I'm average stack, so 17 out of 36. So now I can't play as liberal or risky as I was the last 5 minutes. Brutal kings. And then he had the king 8 that time for 7K. That was a brutal stretch. That's easily how you lose 80K in a poker tournament within like 10 minutes. But thankfully, the blinds are so high that you win a pot, you win about 3-4K or 5K probably. So you could all you need to win is one pot. You win say 17K and then double up, and then next thing you're your average stack, right? So it is the chip in the chair motto when you're playing poker. It's $25. What other daily specials are there? Is there anything of value? Oh, the $10 bounty is good, but there's only 17 minutes of late registration, so that's alright, but that starts in an hour and a half. It'd be better if it was 4,000. This one's better. Oh, that starts tomorrow night. So I'd rather play in this one, because for $30 you could win $4,000. Whereas the one tonight, $30 you could win $2,500. But if I did win, I would play in the midnight turn, the midnight lightning. What is the guaranteed for that? Because I'm good enough to win the $5 tournament and then win the midnight lightning. I should be able to do it probably like once a month. Once a month at least. It's only Ontario I should be competing against. So that's knockout power, Fat Friday. So what's this? 6 a.m. $10. Knockout midnight lightning. $4,000. So that's not too bad for and it's a hyper, that's the only thing about it. But the prize pool should be about, who knows, over 4,000 anyways if they're guaranteeing it. So I'm gonna sit down at the cash game here at the $20 table. It's 10.25 cents. So I'm recording. So I'm just playing at the two tables to kind of throw the artificial intelligence off and the cheats to make it harder. Good, somebody else joined the table. Total whiff, just whiffed on it and sat out. Hopefully this table fills up. There we go, some more blood. So what happened here? Oh no. So I could have won that pot. How did I sit out there? The $5 tournament's more interesting, but there's more at stake in the $20 tournament now, or table. Because I could potentially win. There's the first place in the $5 tournament's $90 plus bounty, so I could potentially win maybe 160, and I could make that in 45 minutes at the cash table, right? So my goal is to win as many hands simultaneously as I can when it's advantageous to. Okay, so I want to be in this bounty contention. At least I got to see a flop. Four, he hit the 4, nice. I'm glad he got the double KO because we're in the money now. Even those were 2 bounties I could have gotten. Now I can't get any bounties at the table. But now at least there's 2 people eliminated from the tournament. So I was kind of rooting for them until I seen the hand, then I was hoping for a 4. Because they could have chipped up and knocked me out, right? So now they can't. Nice one there. Nice bet. Nice bet. Oh, and I lost this hand too. What did he have? He did have the 5. I was gonna jam on the turn, but I had a feeling I'd lose on the river, so I didn't. That sucks. That was brutal. So here's where I lose. This is the hand I lose on. No, I didn't lose. Nice. So unfortunately now in the tournament I'm focusing. I have to ideally double up or triple up. Then I'm in good situation. I'd be at 75K. Then I'm probably average stack. Average stack must be around 47K right now. So I got a 22K to got to double up basically to fight to get average stack and then improve from there and outlast people that get busted. And ideally sit away from Veal since he's slowly collecting all the chips. So now it's interesting anyways in the $5 tournament, because there's 16 of us. Well, I'm 16th out of 28 of us left with 11 KOs. So as you can see, 28th prize is only $4.61. So in bounty tournaments, it's all about the bounties and winning first. You gotta win in the top 5. The top 5, you're pretty good after the top 5. But you can finish 10th and end up with more money than you can in 5th just based on bounties, right? That's what's awesome about bounty tournaments. Because you could have gotten really unlucky, so that's the reason why you finish 10th, right? Usually when you get people that get lots of bounties, they're probably bigger risk takers than the average poker player, because you have to call when you have marginal holdings. And so you need to have chips to do it, right? You can't... If I had 90K and he bet there, I easily would have called with the 10-7 just to see the flop. Just to see the flop, and maybe I could have outflopped him and outplayed him after the flop. So I won there. Yeah, that's brutal that he hit the 6. At least he didn't make a big bet. I wouldn't have called a big bet, but at least he didn't make a big bet. Oh, he had the 10. He had the 10. I had him on garbage there. So now I gotta run with it. And he hit the queen. Hit the queen. Of course they hit the queen. They always hit the queen there. That was brutal. Well, I guess that's the end of this video. It was kind of too bad I didn't win the very last hand, and then I was at least half average stack, so I was still in the tournament. I needed to win the hand there when I called with the 6. I needed him to have because he could have been making that play with ace king or ace jack, something like that, right? So I made the call, and it turned out to be wrong. And then to lose the very next hand that I needed to win was the turning point of the tournament for me. Anyways, if you believe you have private thoughts, look right there. To get your violators, look right there. Go to www.change.org/technology and privatize your thoughts by signing the petition. sharing it on social media many times to get it on the agenda in your country, and contributing as much money as you can. We're sharing the petition so it goes viral, and then contributing as much money as you can to get it on the agenda in your country, basically. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.